Hi everyone, Miss Lamb here. Today we are going to learn a couple maintenance things for your clarinet. The first one is going to be swabbing. Swabbing is really important because it gets all of that moisture out of the instrument that happens when we blow warm air into it. It condenses and turns into moisture, and it can do damage to the pads that are on these keys, especially since when you're playing, then that moisture's there and then it's just sitting in the case when you're done. So we want to make sure we get all of that out. The swab looks like this. It has an end that's gonna catch all the moisture, and then this is weighted, so it'll kind of be easier to put through the instrument because it'll drag down a little bit. So the first thing that we're gonna do when swabbing is take off your mouthpiece. You can put this right on the tray of your music stand, and we're gonna swab the clarinet in two pieces. The reason for that is it doesn't get stuck. This swab has the potential to get stuck if you try to do the entire instrument at one time. So it's a lot easier if you just break it up into two segments. So the first segment is gonna be the barrel and the upper joint, and the second one's gonna be the lower joint and the bell. So remember, we need to press down the bridge key. So you're gonna put that down on the upper joint and separate the two segments. So now you have these two, and it's much more manageable to swab these two. So we're gonna do the lower joint and the bell first. So we're gonna take the weight and drop it down. And notice it comes out the bottom, and then you're just gonna pull it through. And you can do that a couple times. Usually you don't need to do it more than like 2 or 3 at the most, unless you've been playing for a really, really long time. After you've done swabbing this, you can separate these and put them back in your case. Then we're going to do the same thing with the barrel and the upper joint. We are going to drop it in and pull it through. Now, if for any reason when you go to pull it through, there is a post that is inside of the clarinet, and yeah, you can kind of see it. See how something sticks up in there? So if your swab gets weirdly bunched up in there and it's really difficult to pull, please don't force anything. Just bring it into me and I can help you out with it. But if you really, really pull down, you have the potential of doing damage to the clarinet. So just be careful. This should go through as easy as it did for me. And then once you're done with this, you can just separate the barrel and the upper joint and put those in your case. The other thing that we are going to learn is how to apply cork grease. So sometimes when you go to put a joint with cork into another one, it's like got a lot of resistance. And I mentioned in the assembly video, if you're having issues with this, please let me know and we'll go over how to put on cork grease. So this one, see how it's kind of, I'm having to use a lot of force. To make that easier, we are going to take this. It looks like chapstick, but it is toxic, so please do not use it anywhere near your mouth. And in fact, when you're done applying cork grease, it's a good idea to wash your hands because they are chemicals. This one has Velcro around it because at school, these are Velcroed to the wall, so you guys have easy access to it when you're at a school lesson or in band, but yours will not have this. It'll just look like the chapstick. So what you're gonna do is roll it up a little bit. We don't want a ton, a little goes a long way. And you're going to take the cork and apply the grease around. Sometimes if it's like coming out a little bit chunky, you can move it around with your finger, but again, make sure you wash your hands if you're going that route. And then the joint will go on much easier. If you apply cork grease and it's still not going on easily, please let me know. I can actually, sometimes the cork is a little bit too big and I can sand it down with sandpaper because sometimes all the cork grease in the world is not going to make this go in easily. So if it's still not working after the grease, let me know and I can sand that down for you. And all of the corks can use the same grease. So this can be applied to every single cork on your clarinet. Be extra careful with the mouthpiece cork because again, we don't want this grease that's chemicals getting anywhere near the mouthpiece. So just make sure that you're being really, really careful to only, if you need it on your mouthpiece cork, to only put it really close to the cork and not get any extra up here. All right, I'll see you at your next lesson. Bye.